Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Education. What response has she had from schools to her letter to them asking that they check they have the appropriate policies and practices in place to deal with bullying?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Thank you. On behalf of the Minister of Education, I reply, schools have told me that it was a timely reminder both about the support that is available for schools to deal with bullying behaviour and to check that their policies are being effective. I've also received, Mr Speaker, one heated response. Surprisingly enough, this was from Labour's candidate for Whangarei, who himself has featured on television bullying other members of his profession.
Sue Moroney.
Supplementary to the Minister. Is she aware that her ministry is requiring Parkland School in Motueka to re-enrol a student that it had excluded for threatening to kill a teacher and physically harming other students, even though that school had used all of the appropriate measures available to it, including school-wide positive behaviour for learning initiated by her government?
The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Mr Speaker, with the greatest respect, I don't think it is helpful for any of the children involved in this specific case to talk about it in the House, but I can tell the House that I have asked officials to explore other options for this particular case.
Sue Moroney.
To the Minister, why did she watch silently while schools like Morrinsville College were attacked by the media for their response to violent bullying, but then joined in when egged on by the Prime Minister by writing a letter that blamed schools, when she knew all along that those schools are at the mercy of her Ministry of Education and can be required to re-enrol students they have excluded?
The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Mr Speaker, I reject utterly that characterisation of the Minister's behaviour, and I have to say, Mr Speaker, it's a bit rich being lectured about bullying by the Labour Party. They should talk to Chris Carter and Judith Tizard.
Joe Goodhue.
Supplementary question to the Minister.
Order. That's enough. Members should resist quite such provocative tones, but I do accept the question was somewhat provocative, and therefore a provocative answer is not totally unreasonable. Joe Goodhue. Supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question to the Minister of Education. How is the government responding to the issue of bullying in schools?
The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The government takes bullying extremely seriously. In addition to writing to boards, we've also convened a meeting of sector representatives and relevant government agencies to take a look at what we're doing and whether it's being effective. I have to say, Mr Speaker, this is in complete contrast to Labour's approach, which when in government was to produce, through Chris Carter...
Order. The Minister is not responsible for Labour's approach. Question number 6. Supplementary question, Catherine de la Hunt.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Tēnā koutou te whare. To the Minister of Education, does she agree that bullying and homophobia being identified as a major problem in schools is also a problem in the wider society, and that bullying and homophobia also takes place in this Parliament?
In order. Insofar as the Minister can be responsible for any of those things, he can comment on the question. The Honourable Rodney Hyde.
Yes, I do, Mr Speaker, and I think that we all have to work hard to provide leadership. I think here of Mr Damien O'Connor. I think here of the behaviour of the Labour caucus towards behaviour towards Judith Tizard and Chris Carter, and also the fact that the caucus is ganging up on Phil Goff and bullying him all the time.
Supplementary question, Sue Moroney.
To the Minister of Education. To the Minister of Education on issues that, she is responsible for.
I apologise to the member. I cannot hear the member. Have a little decorum, thank you. Sue Moroney.
To to the Minister of Education on issues that she actually is responsible for. What will she do? What will she do to support Parkland School, its students and Board of Trustees and the excluded student, given that today is Pink Shirt Day, where the Mental Health Foundation asks all New Zealanders to show that they don't tolerate bullying?
The Honourable Rodney.
Mr Speaker, I can assure the House that the Ministry and the Minister will be providing all the support that's appropriate in this particular case. And may I say, Mr Speaker, this is a lot more than what Labor did, which was to produce this little flimsy pamphlet with a word finder in it all about bullying.
Order. The question didn't deserve that kind of conclusion to the answer. Moroney,
Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order. Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table a letter dated the 11th of April from the office of the Honourable Anne Tolley, written to school principals, telling them that they have to get their house in order around the issue of bullying.
Leave us to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor.
I just want to make it clear to the House that the Labor Party has a spare supplementary, and if Heather Roy wishes to take it, we'll be happy to
order.
We won't object to
Order. Now the House will come to order. It's had a bit of fun over that question, but it'll now come to order because that is not the way that supplementary questions can be reallocated. The Speaker should be advised of them, and the time of the House should not be taken up in that manner. The Honourable Rodney Hyde, point of order.
I seek leave of the House to table this Labor government policy and pamphlet on bullying in our schools with the word finder and the puzzle.
The leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? Did I hear objection? No, I'd heard no objection. Question number 6, David Clendon.